Look, how often do you think to yourself that if only there were more hours in the day? Well, in one regards, that wish has been granted, well, to a lot of us actually. One of the more positive things to take away from facing a lockdown like the one that we are currently facing is that it encourages you to do things that you've been putting off for so long or neglecting. I recently made a video on boredom, which you can find a link somewhere here. Do go and check that out, as I've explored how boredom can actually allow you to become more creative and more productive should you be able to learn how to adapt to it. I just wanted to ask you guys how you guys were coping with the current coronavirus lockdown. Let me know in the comment section down below. I mean, for me, it's still a very surreal experience, and I'm glad to be having people around me supporting me throughout this entire crisis. And I'd also suggest that you guys look out for one another too. Think about the people that could use some company right now, the people that you've lost connection with perhaps, or haven't spoken to in a very long time. This could be a great opportunity to reach out, and it could mean a lot to them as well. One thing about going through times of crisis is that it can somewhat make us humble and also allow us to become aware of those around us. Also guys, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. My aim is to try and create content that will bring benefit to you guys, so do show some support. Okay, first things first, and without trying to sound extremely generic, but this is still nonetheless the truth, is to ensure that you get up early, despite the fact that in a scenario like this, you don't need to be. Look, the moment you start getting up later and later in the day, you're always going to be playing catch up. By waking up early, you can get an advantage in many different ways, and it also allows things to run a lot more smoothly and ensures that you remain disciplined. You'll feel a lot more refreshed, and in the morning we also tend to have a lot more energy that we can then utilize into doing the more energy consuming tasks, leaving us with the rest of the day to relax and to do other things that aren't so energy consuming. One really awesome way to start your day is by exercising first thing in the morning, as this will release endorphins and gives you an energy rush. But not only is this a way of staying physically healthy, you'll also be giving yourself a charge and mentally reducing your stress and allowing your body to fully function to your needs. The point that I'm trying to make is that by having a prerequisite program in place, it ensures that you can become self-disciplined, and two, it can form into a habit. Believe it or not, the little things that you can do significantly shape how you approach your tasks. A lot of us are quick to dismiss these things, but try it for yourself and see exactly how it shapes your mood and attitude for the rest of the day. Bear in mind, when you don't have a healthy routine, your body works against you, and this just makes everything a lot more difficult to complete. And again, some of you will agree with what I'm saying. Look, if you don't have a plan, then you're just aimlessly shooting bullets into space. You need to have a direction that you're heading toward. What I would suggest is that you plan the day the night before. This way you'll know how to prioritize your day, and also you'll have something to work towards. Like I say, if you merge your plan and get a head start to your day, you'll have a perfect recipe for building up momentum, and before you know it, you'll be kicking ass in terms of achieving your goals. This is something that I struggle with, and I've realized that multitasking just makes everything so much more difficult than it needs to be. So when I'm sitting down to answer emails and have my phone going off at the same time, or when I'm trying to plan a lesson and then juggling that between responding to emails or whatever else, it just drags everything out, and in the end just makes my own life a lot more complicated than it needs to be. So what I've found from my own experience is if you sit down and just focus on doing one particular task at a time, not only does it allow you to get into a flow, but it also allows you to fully concentrate, and this does wonders for the level of quality you'll be able to produce. And this is why I strongly urge you guys to do the very same thing. Well, I hope that you guys can go away and try some of these techniques for yourself if you haven't already been doing so. As I mentioned to a lot of the students from A-Team that have been in contact with myself, you guys shouldn't have stopped with your revision. And in fact, you guys should be pressing on with your studies and practicing what I am suggesting and saying to you, since none of this will be going to waste, and it will be you guys who will reap the rewards come the time when you get to receive your results. I know there's a lot of negativity in the air with a lot of people not knowing what they're doing, and consequently you're feeling dejected, and rightly so. But believe me when I say this, that we will get through these times. And if you're putting in the work right now, when it comes to the future, you'll be able to look back and really appreciate how you've been able to get through this with your mindset and be able to reap the results as a consequence of that. I hope you can all benefit from this. If you want to share your thoughts, then do leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel as we will continue to bring beneficial content to yourselves. My name is Amin, and I will catch up with you another time.